Hey gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today in DC Dark Legion, we're going to go over Jason Todd's event, Red Hood Ascension. This is the second Ascension event that we have had in the game. The first one was Wonder Woman, taking these legendary heroes from Legendary up into Mythic. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to talk about the event, a couple things that they changed that I really like, and also why I feel that you shouldn't rush it. Take your time. So let's get into it. All right, and welcome back. Let's go ahead and just jump right into the event. We're going to hit event right up here. What remains of Jason Todd right here. You can see all the possible rewards here. This is what you're going for. This item here is going to allow you to ascend him from Legendary to Mythic. So we're going to go ahead and enter here. What I really like about these events is you have this overworld component here. I like this in a majority of games because it allows you to just run around, you explore, find enemies to fight, find chests to collect. Even in some, there are puzzles to solve, which I think is really cool. And there are some of that in here as well. With Wonder Woman's event, same type of thing. However, you have these time gates. So you get to a certain point, then you got to wait like 24 or 48 hours, whatever the time limit was, before the next leg of the event unlocks. So it forced you to unlock her on their time, right? So I think it was like 3 or 4 days or something like that if you stuck with it every single day. What they've allowed us to do now is we can complete it all in one sitting if we want, but it's going to cost you. So let's talk about why. We have energy now. This energy refreshes 1 every 15 minutes, which is a bit slow, but you can go ahead and you can get more. You can spend gems to get energy. I think the best buy here is the 450 gems for 50 energy. So we're going to go ahead and use that if you want to move forward. But here's why I'm saying maybe not want to rush through it, unless you really want to. But here's the thing. This Ascension event does not make Red Hood a must-have character. Yes, it improves him a little bit. We'll talk about that when we take a look at my Ascended Red Hood on my main account. It does improve him a little bit, but it doesn't make him an absolutely must-have hero. It doesn't make him meta or anything like that. It just improves him a little bit, similar to what we saw with Wonder Woman. He doesn't even have a new tag, which we were kind of hoping he would get one. So there's really no reason to rush through this. You can just take your time. I think someone said it'll take 8 days to run through this without spending any gems, because again, this refreshes, and some of the event types in here, side quests and stuff like that, do cost like quite a bit of energy. But you can take your time and you can run through it. If you really want to get through it and bust through it, it's going to cost you anywhere from 4,000 to 7,000 gems, depending on if you stick straight with just the main quests. That's around the 4,000 gem mark, or if you're going to do the main quest and some or all of the side quests, then it kind of goes up from there up to around 7,000 or so gems. But there's really no reason to. He's not must have, but it's a fun event. These overworld components, one of the things that I like so much about it, other than everything else I discussed, it just pulls you into the world. It's much more immersive. So you're going to run around here. Let me go ahead and grab that. And then we're going to go ahead, grab this. Let's do a battle, and then one other thing that I want to show you here really quick. So right here, just burn through this here really quick. Right here it says it's going to use 3 energy, so let's go ahead and use the 3 energy. If you are just going to use energy on this and not use gems, just make sure you stay up with this so that you're not sitting at 60 for like ever and wasting time that could turn into energy, so you can get this done as quickly as possible. With at the same time taking your time, if that makes sense at all. All right, so I'm just going to run past this other area because there's one other thing I'd want to share here really quick. Look at these. Like, look for these sparkle spots. These sparkle spots. It's usually chests and stuff like that you can collect. All right. Now you're going to get to a point once you clear all that, you've got to go through this right here. There's a bridge. So you got a ferryman here. You got coins that you got to collect to give to the ferryman. And then once you give them that, you got a bridge that you have to build here. Now it takes time to build the bridge. However, the thing again that I like about this is they give you the opportunity to use drones. Now if you've been playing this game for a while, you probably have thousands and thousands of drones that you can use, and you can just speed that timer up using drones. I really like that. Or you can wait it out. But more than likely, you've probably got some drones sitting around. Even if you're newer in the game, you probably have some drones sitting around depending on how new you are. But you can either let the timer elapse, or you can use the drones, which I think is pretty cool. So they just give you the opportunity to move through this at your own pace if you want to move quickly or if you want to move slow, and I really like that. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to switch accounts, and let's go over the Ascended version of Jason Todd, and I will go over a couple things where he has changed. So let's go. All right, so here we are on my main account. Here's my Red Hood, fully ascended as Mythic. So in order to ascend these legendaries, you have to have them at 5 red stars first, so it does take some time. Once you ascend them and they become Mythic, they go from 5 red stars to 5 purple stars, as you see here. So let's talk about a couple things that are different with your ascended heroes, specifically Red Hood here. During his ultimate, he is now untargetable during his leap, which is nice. And then other than that, as you can see, there's no new tags. And he does get some boosts to a few of his stats, like attack and stuff like that. So nothing really major. Again, there's really no reason to push and spend the gems on him because it doesn't make him meta, and it doesn't make him a must-have hero. It's just nice to get these legendaries up into the mythics because they are no longer going to be releasing legendaries. They're only going to be releasing mythics and mythic pluses. So I just think it's kind of a cool little side game that they've given us. Boost the characters up a little bit. Maybe these mythics will eventually go through some sort of rework that kind of boosts them up. But I think one thing people were looking for this one was getting an outlaw tag. I've seen that so much now on Discord, comments on my channel and stuff like that. They're hoping for an outlaw tag, but unfortunately, we didn't get it. All right, everybody, that is the Mythic Ascension for Red Hood. I like it. I love the changes. Very curious. What do you think? Are you pushing, or are you going to just go the free-to-play route on this one? So let me know. All right, everybody. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.